Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're with Alex, Senior Account Executive at GDMFX. This is today's European Session Outlook. We'll start with the North American markets. The dollar started the month off strong on Wednesday as a spate of strong U.S. economic data suggested growth remained robust in June, increasing the likelihood that Federal Reserve policymakers will raise interest rates this year. The ISM manufacturing PMI came out 0.4 better than expected. ADP employment change 19,000 better than expected. Market manufacturing PMI 0.2 better than expected. And ISM prices paid 1.5 better than expected. And lastly, the construction spending month on month 0.3% better than expected. The Dixie is up to 96.25 from 95.70. And today we'll be expecting the big NFP and unemployment rate. Onto the EU markets, we had the German and French market manufacturing PMI come out slightly better than the previous and above 50. The Italian and Spanish, however, came out slightly worse above 50. And the EU manufacturing PMI came out as expected at 52.5. A defiant Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras urged Greeks on Wednesday to reject an international bailout deal, wrecking any prospect of repairing broken relations with European Union partners before a referendum on Sunday that may decide Greece's future in Europe. However, the ECB did say they won't be pulling the plug on Greek banks just yet. The DAX 30 went 110 points up, and the CAC 40 went 40 points up. The Euro USD extended the losses with another 100 pips down. Today we expect the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts and the European Union PPI data. Alright, on to the UK markets. The Bank of England said Wednesday the outlook for financial stability in the UK has deteriorated in recent days as the crisis in Greece intensifies, underscoring how the Mediterranean nation debt troubles are reverberating outside the eurozone. Presenting the Bank of England's twice yearly financial stability report, the central bank's governor Mark Carney said the risks associated with Greece and its failure so far to reach a deal with its international creditors have grown acute and threaten to trigger a sell-off in financial markets that could ripple through to the wider global economy. Carney told reporters that although UK banks' direct exposure to Greece through loans and deposits is minimal, that doesn't mean the British economy would necessarily be immune to the fallout should Greece exit the eurozone. The FTSE 100 had 86 points movement yesterday and closed at 65.30. The 10-year gilt yields were at 2.105% yesterday. Today we'll be anticipating the PMI construction for May. The cable, GBP USD, was 8 points down, 15 points range. Onto the Asian markets, the Australian dollar has dipped after the release of disappointing trade figures. Australia's international trade balance remains in the red, with a deficit of $2.75 billion in May, larger than the $2.25 billion deficit expected. Exports rose 1% in May, but imports were down 4%. Future rate cuts expected in order to boost the economy. In New Zealand, the slump in the price of dairy products is being seen as a major warning sign for the economy. The Reserve Bank will be looking at cutting the official cash rate in July in order to support growth at a more reasonable level. Tomorrow morning, we will expect the HSBC China Services PMI for June. Alright, on to commodities. The crude oil stock exchange was yesterday. U.S. crude oil inventories last week rose by 2.4 million barrels, halting an 8-week streak of weekly draws. U.S. crude stockpiles are now at 465.4 million barrels, near its highest level at this time of year in at least 80 years. Gold prices eased in Asia on Thursday with a referendum on Greece's debt bailout terms set to go ahead and investors awaiting the results. It's going near a 1-month low. So gold had a range of $7, trading at $11.65 now. Silver had a range of 19 cents at $15.51 now. Crude had a $2.30 range at $57.11 now. and natural gas is trading at $2.79 at the moment with a range of 0.9%, and today we expect the natural gas storage change. Alright everybody, thank you for the attention. This was today's European Session Outlook. Until next time, goodbye.